Today we're going to be taking a look at the Kraken exchange, and Kraken is actually a centralized exchange and one of the largest ones in the world at that. It's very popular inside of the United States, but today we're going to be going over just the basics of the Kraken platform, how to make trades on Kraken, how to operate and navigate all the different aspects of this platform, and how to find just our basic information as well so that we can increase the security on our account, but also just know exactly where we're going and what we're doing. So when it comes to Kraken, right now I'm just sitting on the home page, and we get there just by clicking on their little logo up here in the top left, and this is the page that it brings us to. Now on this page, you can see that it's prompting me to set up more information if I want to do that. There are different levels of verification in this process, and essentially all this is doing is prompting me to make sure that all my information is correctly put in. So if you have not done this verification process and added everything that needs to be added to your account, then that is going to populate up here, or really be one of the areas where it will populate at. And all you have to do is click on these guys and it will let you interact with them, but I'm not going to do that just for my own privacy. Now over here we can also see that we have an option to look at our new orders, our existing orders, our different positions that we may already be in, and our trades. Now orders are orders that we have placed on the market that are not filled yet, meaning we want to buy Bitcoin. The current price of Bitcoin, as we can see up here, is around 47,000. If I had an order to buy Bitcoin at 46,000, that would be something called this order because it has not taken place yet. I'm saying I want to buy Bitcoin if it gets down to $46,000. Now we know that it's at 47, so I have an order at 46, meaning I'm not actively triggered in to purchase the amount that I wanted to yet. A position is something that we have actively already bought. Now let's say if the price of Bitcoin were to drop from 47 down to 46, that order would go from an order, it would be filled, and then it would turn into a position because now I actually have money inside of that trade, and it's no longer just an order on the books, but rather it's a live position that I'm now holding. And trades can consist of things that we've already done. This is positions of the past. So the way that this works is that we go from order to a position to a trade, and a trade is like our history. We can see everything that we've done in the past and all the different positions that we have taken, whether they've gone good or bad, or really everything in between, and it helps us out a lot. Now we can also see the total balance of cryptocurrency that we have. Over here, this is a brand new Kraken account for me, and the way that we're able to view this is we're able to see all the different cryptos that we have. Again, I don't have any on Kraken at this moment, but if I did, this is where they would appear to be. Now, if I wanted to add any of these coins, USD or BTC or Ethereum or whatever it is, all I would have to do is go over to the buy option and click on that, and this is going to open up a little menu for me. Now we'll dive into this some more as we get into the actual orders, but here we are placing our new order. We can choose to whether we want to buy or sell. We can also actually just choose the asset that we want in here as well. There are a number of different asset classes, but right now what I'm doing is we're just going to assume that I have US dollar, physical fiat on the exchange to purchase cryptos with. And this is what I'm filling this by. I am filling this by my trading pair, meaning that I am going to be using US dollar, hence why it's highlighted, to purchase Bitcoin or Ethereum or Atom or Luna or AVAX or whatever I want. Now, if I transferred Bitcoin on and Bitcoin was going to be what I want to be purchasing all these different cryptos with, then I would switch this over to Bitcoin or whatever it may be. Maybe it's Ethereum, maybe it's you're from Japan or Canada or Australia or whatever it is. So you can choose whatever kind of currency that you want or cryptocurrency that you want, and you're able to choose that pairing up in here and actually click this drop down if you need more options. But we are going to assume that I just loaded Bitcoin on here or US dollar, and that is where I'm going to be making my trade from. So I want to trade Solana, and I loaded Bitcoin on, so we're going to click on the Bitcoin option because now that I have Bitcoin on my Kraken, and all I'm going to do is type in Sol. So here I can actually see that I have Solana paired with the US dollar. It's going to be right here, hence why it says Sol USD. It's going to give me the price of this cryptocurrency, the 24-hour change on it, as well as the volume, meaning the amount of money that has been transacted, both buy and sells. And all I have to do is hit trade. And now we can see that it is now appearing in my little option bar. So from here, I can select whether I would like to choose either a buy or a sell order. And I can also just really let them know how much I want to purchase. Is it 1 Sol? Is it 2? Is it 1.5? Is it 1.395? You can say whatever you want, but we're just going to say I would like to purchase 10 Solana. Now, here we can actually get a little bit more complicated with it because we can choose exactly how we want to place this order. Now, we have limit orders, market orders, stop losses, take profits, stop limits, everything that you can pretty much imagine, we have an option to do. But here you're able to choose the type of order that you want. Do you just want to place a limit, yada yada, and then we're able to put this limit price in here. So if you did choose a limit option, the current price of Solana is $120. Let's say if it gets down to 110, this is where I want to be buying my Solana at. Hence why I'm placing the order at $110, even though the price is $120 at the current moment. Now, we can also go on to some sort of different conditions. If you want to do this, you can find this in that area as well. In certain countries and locations, you're able to do leverage. Essentially, what leverage is you're able to multiply the amount of, I guess, capital that you're putting in here. So if you are doing a 2x leverage trade for 10 Solana, you're essentially trading 20 Solana. But the caveat here is that you can get liquidated on that position if Solana goes down too much from where you bought in. And then if you get liquidated, you lose everything that you initially put in. So be very, very careful with leverage at all. We don't really touch it a lot. But if you want to get a lot more risky with it, this is just an option, and I want to let everyone know exactly what this means and what this is so that you don't get yourself into something that you're not familiar with. You can choose when it starts. Do you want to have this order get selected today at this current moment? Do you want it to be tomorrow? Do you want it to be a week from now? That's where you can select with your start option. You can also go to when do you want this to expire? Do you think that if this trade goes past a week, it's no longer going to be valid? And that's where you can set your expiration for. So you could just leave this as good until canceled, or you could do this under a number of different circumstances, good until this day, good until a custom range, immediate or cancel, so on and so forth. You can also choose how you would like to pay for your fee. And then you can also just go ahead and after this, just finally place the order, buy Sol with USD. And all you have to do is click this. Now it's going to give you a little bit more information about this. It's just going to show you all the information to confirm that your order is accurate and correct. If everything looks good, all you have to do is submit your order, and that's how this goes through. And in this case, our estimated fee was $0. So let's go to finding other altcoins, right? So over here, if we want to go to just the general trade option, remember we were on the home page over here. This is where we can view a lot of just our basic information. But if we go to the trade option, that's where we were just located at. And again, no matter what crypto you want to find on here, you're going to come into this trading option, and this is where you're going to find all of them. Now, some cryptos only have certain pairings on Kraken. For example, not everything is going to be able to trade into Ethereum, or maybe not everything is able to trade into the euro, and so on and so forth. But if we go to the alt option, for these smaller market cap altcoins that are not paired with everything, again, like Bitcoin or Ethereum, they're probably going to have a pairing for everything on here because they're so popular. But something that is not as well known may not be paired with everything. So what I would generally like to do is just select the Sol option, or excuse me, not the Sol, the alt option. And then whenever you want to search for something, I saw Atom on here, we'll just type Atom in. And now I get to see all the different pairings for Atom. I can see that I have an Ethereum, a Bitcoin, a USD, a Euro, a Pound. I have a bunch of different pairings in here. And I can choose whichever one I would like to purchase my Atom through. So in this case, I could just say, I got US dollar laying around. That's actually what I want to buy it with. All I have to do is click on this option, and then this will populate. Now, at the top, if you want to make things even simpler, you can say that maybe this is too much for you. You can also go through and click on the simple button, and it makes this entire process a lot easier. Meaning you can just simply, you can buy, you can sell. Let's just say we want to do 10 Atom. We can buy or sell 10 Atom at a certain price. You can even just make this a market order, which means that you're buying at whatever the current price is, and then you just buy from here. And it's a very, very simple process, but some people like to get more complicated with it. Now, if you want to go through and actually view your settings, you're going to go to the top right where it says your name or whatever kind of information that you gave to the exchange. Usually it will be your name. And you can go down to settings, and then here you can view all of your different notifications and documents and audits, as well as your security settings and everything else that you need in here. And if you ever need to get verified or update your verification information, that will be inside of here as well by just clicking on your name and the drop down arrow. And inside of here, there are other drop-down arrows to find even more information, including setting up two-factor authentication for your accounts, which we highly recommend doing. It makes your account just have an extra layer of security. There's really no reason not to do it. And any kind of extra security to make your account safer is better in the long run. Now, when it comes to this and just navigating Kraken, if you ever need to contact them, they have a support button in the top right, or I guess really the top center, but the right of your toolbar. And once you click on this, they do have a little support page where they have all different kinds of frequently asked questions or FAQs. And you're also able to just get in direct contact with support. Even if this is by phone, they have a phone option as well that is 24/7. So again, they are one of the top exchanges for a solid reason. They have a lot of history, and speaking of history, they also just have a history button where you can check out the history of all of your trades and all of your money that has gone in this account or into this exchange and out of this exchange. It's just a place for you to keep track of everything and further expand on your orders, trades, positions, and in case you ever want to, you can also export all of this information, usually into either a CSV or an Excel file. Now, finally, they do have an earn option, which is a really cool feature where you can actually earn interest or essentially dividends on your cryptocurrency. So what you have to do is you have to lock away your cryptocurrency for a certain amount of time. And if you do this, then you will earn a certain percentage of that back. Now, all of these rates up here are annual rates, and that is how they are all measured. So we can see that on something like Algorand, we're only getting 1 to 4%. For something like Terra, we're getting 3 to 6%. Other things have a more stable percentage, like Polkadot is going to give us 12% annually. So while some of these are flexible, some of them are more consistent. But again, the way that staking works, and it explains the whole process at the top of this page for you as well. And all that really is, if we can go back to it here, all that this process really is just you locking up your money in exchange for you saying that you're not going to be selling that selected crypto. You're going to be rewarded for that. And it's a pretty cool process. Again, imagine if you are able to earn interest on your already existing cryptos. You're saying, hey, I'm not going to sell Polkadot for the next 3 years anyway, so I might as well get at least an extra 12% on top of what I earn. Now, let it be noted that you usually cannot sell that cryptocurrency while you are staking it, but the staking options can range anywhere from a flexible, meaning you can withdraw it at any time, to all the way up to 1 year. And typically, the longer that you lock it away for, the higher interest you get back. And these are all annual rewards. It'll also allow you to keep track of how much you currently have staked, your value, and then your total rewards that you have earned through this process for that specific asset. And it's broken down for all the different cryptocurrencies as well. So when it comes to Kraken, they really do have just about everything that you need inside of here. I'd say it's a little bit more advanced than something like Coinbase or Crypto.com, but it is one of the most popular exchanges in the world, and especially inside of the United States, for good reason. And there's a lot that you can do inside of here. You know, it really does fit everyone's needs, including linking any kind of banking accounts or other kinds of wallets as well. So that pretty much sums it up over here. But as we continue through this journey, make sure to just click around and see if this is something that you would be interested in.